Hey guys, it's Fuchsia Timmy here, and welcome back to Shin Life. I've actually just now gotten better. I'm like pretty much not sick anymore. I'm only like a 1% sick. In the last video, I was actually still a little bit sick, but it's pretty much gone now, and I'm actually back to my normal self, and I want to thank you guys for supporting me for so long. What I mean by this is we're almost to 100,000 subscribers, for one, but then for two, if you guys didn't know, I was demonetized for the last 2 months, so I was earning like nothing off my content, which is, you know, a bad thing when you're growing up and you got college coming up and you have stuff that you have to pay. Obviously, I got a phone bill, blah, 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 and YouTube is my job. I love it. But even within the 2 months that I wasn't able to earn anything, I was still making content consistently. And it really showed me why I need to take this more seriously, you know? Like, I took it a little bit for granted, I'm not gonna lie, because I had been doing it for so long. But it taught me to be more passionate for YouTube. It taught me, hey, you really do care about this. You know, when I saw that I was going to lose my YouTube channel, that I was going to lose everything, it made me really upset, especially when I spent so long doing this. But now, we're back to being remonetized, and I want to thank you guys all so much for supporting me. Because I didn't really say this in the last video, but thank you guys so much. Also, my side channel, Fuchsia Shinobi, which I'm also going to be posting a video up on today, it's also monetized, so it's awesome. I'm actually finally going to be making an income again. I know it's nothing crazy, you guys probably don't even care that much, but I just want to thank you guys for supporting me. It's been a long during these last 2 months, and Rogue Games has just announced something really crazy today. So, a lot of you guys are wondering, okay, what is this? There is a new Khonshu bloodline coming, probably this weekend. By this weekend, I mean literally like a day from now. It may not be the biggest update ever, because we did just get Gen 3, which, to be honest, I feel like that update should have been bigger than it was, but it was still a pretty massive update. I'll talk about that more later on. I'm not going to like rant on it or anything. I still think it was a good update. I just think it could have been a little bit better had they handled it a little differently. But now they're going to be doing Khonshu this weekend. And if you didn't know, Khonshu's actually a really old bloodline. It's been around for a while. I'm talking like since Shinobi Life 2, I'm pretty sure. It's basically the bug bloodline. It's basically, see, I told you guys I'm still a little bit sick, but just not much. It's basically the bug bloodline, right? And nobody really uses this at all anymore. I bet if I was to do like a level or two, like just go do like a quest or two, I could level this up and show you guys at least one of the moves. But basically, you would use bugs, right? And when you're using these bugs, you'd actually be able to hurt people and infect them and blah, blah, blah. It's a thing in the show. I actually forgot the dude's name. I'm literally watching Naruto Shippuden right now, and I still can't remember the dude's name. That's so sad. And there's literally a whole scene where he's crying because Naruto doesn't remember his freaking name, basically. That's hilarious. But, yeah, essentially, it's the bug bloodline, right? It's not really used at all, hardly anymore. I mean, some people use it, but mainly just because it's underrated, not because it's actually good. But now they're actually going to be buffing it, and that's going to be really cool. All I'm doing right now is trying to get some stuff equipped, and I'm going to talk about what they're probably going to be adding this weekend. Because if you guys don't know, I'm usually pretty good at guessing what they do on these updates. Usually. Now, they kind of caught me off guard with that Gen 3 update. I thought it was going to be all the Gen 3 Tailed Spirits, but it ended up just being literally only like one. And that's so depressing. And honestly, I don't even think it's that much better than Gen 2. But this update's going to have the new wall run system, so you can say goodbye to the current wall run system we know now. I think that's actually for the best. I think it's a really good decision they did that. But sadly, I feel like it's just going to make this update a little underwhelming. Because even though it's really cool, we're not going to be getting any real content in the time being. It's just going to be kind of like, oh yeah, it looks cool. That's about it, you know. I like it. I just feel like they should spend more time like Blox Fruits does. Like, add one major update all at once, and it'll keep players playing longer. They'll have more to do. Gives YouTubers more content to make. It overall just keeps the game alive longer and higher than it would be before. Where these little updates every 1 to 2 weeks that they barely add like one bloodline, it's normally a reskin. It's just not doing a whole lot, you know? Holy crap, I just leveled up this. Look at this. One more quest and I'll have this thing already up to the first move. I really don't care much about Khonshu. I really don't, because it's not that great. But I just wanted to show you guys at least one of the moves, since we're talking about the subject. But basically, Khonshu's going to be coming, and Khonshu's pretty cool. It's basically just a bug bloodline, and it's really not used at all anymore. I feel like this new version we're going to be getting of it's going to be really cool. Because, you know, they already make Jokais and Akumas and Gokus constantly, so it makes sense that they would want to redo Khonshu at least a little bit. Like, them trying to do this isn't exactly a surprise to me. Because they need more ideas, right? Like, they're going to be running out of bloodline ideas more and more. So for them to go back and be like, hey, you know what? We should probably just take this concept and make it better because it's like not used at all anymore. Makes a lot of sense if you ask me. But yeah, honestly, I think this update's going to be okay. It's probably not going to be anything crazy, but we're going to be getting the wall run system, which if you didn't know, it's basically we're going to have a complete new camera system when you walk up walls, when you're like anything. It's going to be looking crazy. You'll see in one of my videos. But basically, an entire system of running and everything, this game's going to look completely different. It's going to be way more cinematic. I think it's going to make it a lot better, honestly. But then they also announced Khonshu's getting a new bloodline. And I don't know if that's coming this weekend or not, but I'm assuming it is. Because I don't think there's going to drop a new update where it's literally just a camera system, you know? I think if they do it at all, they're probably going to, just straight up... Sorry, I'm like too focused on this. I'm like, oh, what's this bloodline here? Anyways, yeah, if they're probably just going to focus on doing both, not just one. If they only did the wall run system, a lot of people would be unhappy, and it wouldn't be that big of an update. So they're probably going to do new Khonshu bloodline and this. Whether this Khonshu bloodline will be good or not, I don't know, but if I had to guess, it'll probably be meta. That's just my guess. Let's see what this first... That is pathetic. That is actually pathetic. What the frick? What is that? What is this? I don't know what these do, but that was a pathetic move. Like, literally, that is one of the worst bloodline moves I've ever seen. Good God. I can see why it's not rare at all now. Okay, hopefully they make the new one way better, because it could be really freaking cool. Just imagine, like, a ton of insects just swarming to somebody here. I don't know. You get to, I think, isn't this the bloodline where you ride a bee? Am I mistaken? I don't remember, but there's one where you could ride a bee, but no one ever uses it anymore, and I'm pretty sure it's this one. I may be wrong. I don't think I am. No, it's nectar. That's what it was. Yeah, okay. So this one's just straight up bugs. Just tons of bugs. That's what I thought, yeah. Because it wouldn't make sense if he was, like, riding a freaking bee. But I thought it might have been a thing. Either way, they should have, like, I don't know, maybe a giant ant that you could ride or some crap. I don't know. That'd be really cool. I don't know. Just add a bunch of really cool stuff. We'll see what happens. And it might actually be really good. And if it is, I'm probably going to make a video on it, like doing a showcase. Even if other people do, I probably still will make my own. And I'm also going to do a video of me just leveling up and stuff, like, you know, just getting it in spins, because you guys love my spin videos. But I just want to let you guys know that that is coming to the game right now. And finally, I wanted to do a little comment on the last update the Shindo released, since we're on the topic in this video. If you've watched this far, you clearly care about my content and what I have to say, so thank you. Do hashtag, I don't know, let's see, hashtag Fusion Khonshu. Obviously, no one's going to understand that. I'm not asking for a Fusion Khonshu, but, you know, I just want to see if you guys made it this far into the video. Because if you did, that's really awesome. I love you. Thank you. And I'll be sure to heart your comment. But anyways, as I was saying, the last update was okay, but Gen 3 really disappointed me. And a lot of other people as well. The player count was ready to skyrocket, and it did go up a little bit, but just not nearly as much as it would have. They basically announced Gen 3, but it was only one tailed spirit, and not, like, all 10 of them at once. It wasn't even half. It was literally just one. And it was overall pretty mediocre. I mean, honestly, there's no reason to go out and get Gen 3 when it's that rare, when you could just go and get Gen 2. A lot of people already complain about how hard Gen 2 and Gen 1 is. I don't think it's that hard. It used to be way worse. But a lot of people do complain and have a hard time with it. So to have something that's Gen 3, that's like 100 times harder, most normal people that don't play this game that much and that think it's hard already are not going to want Gen 3. Not to mention the stats alone really aren't that great. Like, it's just not all that much better than Gen 2. And a lot of people be like, oh, but Timmy, Gen 3 has better moves. Listen, Gen 2 may have worse moves, but Gen 2 is actually busted because you can ride your tailed spirits. If you didn't know, I've made a whole video called The Secret of Tailed Beast that made me win all of my PvP battles in this. All you have to do is straight up go back on my channel about a month or two ago and you'll see Tailed Beast, especially Gen 2, are basically like an auto dodge when you can ride them. You can charge chakra on them. You can use moves while you're on them. It's essentially a free auto dodge. It gives you time to get away from the situation. Yes, you could do damage with it, but I don't recommend it. It's mainly just a good way to get away from battle. And it's way more effective than you think it is when you can literally crush, like, shadow clones just by running over them. There's so many things that you could do with the Gen 2 Tailed Beast, it's not even funny. Not to mention the stats really good, and there's a Tentacion mode that's just really good with stats. And it lasts quite a while. And it refreshes every 10 minutes. I just gotta say that I think Gen 2 is still really good compared to Gen 3. It may not be necessarily better to a lot of people. For most people, it probably won't be better. But it's still really close. And I don't think it's worth it to spend so much time on a Gen 3 Tailed Spirit when it's barely even better. That's why the update was a little underwhelming. And then they released 2 reskins, which are good. But it was just like, we expected 10 Tailed Spirits, you know? Or at least 1 new bloodline and a Tailed Spirit. I thought Sun Knight was going to actually be a new bloodline, but it ended up being a reskin. And I was like, bruh. Okay, I guess I should have expected that, but kind of disappointing. Wasn't a bad update. I liked it, though. I mean, honestly, I did have a good time with it. I really did. I enjoyed making the videos on it. I'm not crapping on the update. I just think it could have been a little bit better. I wish they would have waited, like, give it more time to build up in quality and then drop, like, a bunch of stuff at once. That would have made that update huge. We would have had more to deal with, more stuff to cover, more fun. Overall, the update wouldn't have died out in, like, a week, you know? It wouldn't have, like, died so fast. But that's all I gotta say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Conchu is gonna get a new bloodline coming up soon. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Help me get to 100,000 subscribers. Fusion Timmy, signing out.